Hey everyone. Okay, so there's a few interesting bits to talk about with this chapter, but I'll just get to the one everyone I'm sure wants me to talk about, which is at the end of the chapter. Hien comes in to save in order to save Yakuto, and in doing so, like it's revealed that both Hien and Cougar know each other. But 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 even more so, Cougar addresses Hien as young Master Hien. Now, there's a few interesting there's some interesting implications behind just how Cougar addresses Hien in general. And the first thing that comes to mind, honestly, knowing just what we do know about Hien, is that Hien is some kind of royalty, whether that's like a demon prince, a demon lord, whatever have you. And but in knowing that possibility, knowing that he might be demon royalty, that comes with a few questions in itself. Like, for example, if he is demon royalty, why is he in class F? Just why? Is he like is it just to is it just so he pretty much he doesn't draw attention to the fact that he might be royalty, or like is there another reason? Because the the only thing that can and the only thing that kind of makes sense to me, and lining up with what we know about Hien's goals, about and what he told Yakuto about how he doesn't want Yakuto to interfere with his goal of becoming a ruler of a human world. This kind of it all kind of makes me think that Hien is part of some is part of some kind of disgraced royalty in the demon world. Like his family used to be royalty, but for some reason but for some reason or another they'd fallen out of grace with God or whatnot. They'd fallen out of God's good graces and whatnot, and became like a disgraced royalty family, a family of disgraced royals. So now Hien's goal by trying to become ruler of a human world is to kind of gain like some of that prominence, some of that respect and power back. That's kind of the only thing that makes sense in regards to what we know about Hien. So Hien, about what little we do know about Hien, and it's the only thing that does kind of make sense. But again, it does. So it should be interesting as to what this does mean, though, in general, when Cougar addresses him as young Master Hien. Now, and even before Hien like arrived to save Yakuto, though, this chapter also kind of really reinforced the point that in regards to Yakuto himself, Yakuto really needs to figure something out on how to utilize what from little power he has left, because the fact that Cougar just mopped the fucking floor with him in this chapter again shows and that the Yakuto just has to fucking figure something out, because if he doesn't, then he is truly going to die. Like, he has to find a way to utilize what little power he has in a way in order to fight back. Otherwise, yeah, there's just no way he's gonna survive any of this. I'm sure he will eventually. I'm sure this is that kind of learning experience to show that, yeah, he does need to. This is that kind of learning experience chapter, I'm sure, to show that, yeah, he does need to figure something out. But yeah, you need to figure out fast, my guy. Um, now, with that said, there is an interesting little bit of world building that does happen with this chapter. That we're within the context of the library, we learned that pretty much thought just kind of influences the library in a way that your thoughts can influence what exactly you want to learn from the library. So as shown when as shown when basically as shown when they took a book from the shelf in order to learn phrase, when they took a book from the shelf in order to learn where Frey is, like it's all Frey's location. It's all base. It's an interesting bit of world building that shows that the whole library is one that's influenced by thought. So in a way that could also be I think that might be the only way that they can truly learn what that's kind of an indicator too, I think, of how they can learn, how they can find the book that contains God's weakness in a way. So yeah, a nice little bit of world building that might definitely help them find what they're looking for. But okay, now let's get to probably one of the more annoying parts of this chapter that I know was probably annoying for someone when it first came out, which is the fact that we do see Chaco, aka Celestia, kind of transform into a black wizard that's very reminiscent to Zareth. And again, this is going to be the thing that I think was probably the most annoying for some, but I do need to reiterate it here because I have read Fairy Tale, and I have read Eden Zero, and I have read a little bit of what is it? I have read a little bit of I've read a little bit of Rave Master, enough of Rave Master 2 to know that this unfortunately is just a reference. It is not going to be any direct ties to Zareth, and I think it is Mashima Mashima, I think, is going to craft an entirely different kind of lore that might be similar to Zareth, but is just going to fit more within the root of the rules he's created for the world of Deadrock. It's not going to be like a direct correlation, a direct reference to Zareth himself, unfortunately. Like, I know many people want to believe that there's going to be this big connection, but if Eden Zero and all the other series I've read have taught me anything, is that he only uses these things as reference points to kind of craft his own lore out of it, kind of thing. Although, I will say, it is going to be interesting to see how he uses the Black Dragon, how he utilizes the Black Wizard and Black Dragon connection in this series, for sure. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much all I got for this review. Like I said, it was a very interesting. There's a lot of interesting little details that came from this chapter, even though we didn't really expand all that much as I would like, but we did get what we get. But yeah, guys, that's all I got. Enjoy the video, like, comment, subscribe. If you want on Twitter, Analyst Cruncher, but the subscribe button, and just share the video, guys. Dark Knight signing off. Later, everyone.